Yeah, and obviously very bad news this morning as well too. So he's not feeling great, I must admit. Obviously feels it for the family, and he's quite down at the moment. So but I'm hoping that he'll come round, and that if he feels he wants to participate in the game tomorrow, that'll be entirely his decision.
Is it a sign of the professional he is, the man he is, that he was out there training this morning?
I don't think you could ever question his professionalism. You know, it's how he's feeling within himself, really, as much as anything else. But yeah, he is obviously, as I say, bad news this morning. And but he's not great. Not great at the moment.
John, as a team, have you had to rally round Robbie?
Look, it's one of those things, as the manager said, it's very sad news, and echo the sentiments of the manager, our thoughts with the family. But look, there's obviously a good morale around him. We'll look after Robbie, but hopefully he can, as I said, just if he needs whatever support, it'll be there for him. And I'm sure, as I said, he's a very good professional, but obviously sometimes football does take a side back step. Something like that happens.
Martin, trivial by comparison, but generally, what preparations been like?
Yeah, been pretty good this week. It's been fine. Players have taken a wee bit of time off, obviously, after the England game, come back, refocused and ready for the match. The importance of it, obviously, without question, and we're just about as ready as we can be.
It's the derby element alongside what's at stake combined to make it just a huge game for Ireland.
Yeah, I think that I think we probably felt the element of that there last November time. I think it was when we played, and I can imagine the atmosphere being quite similar, you know, except that we're at home and we'll have the bulk of the support. Yeah, he sat out training today. He's a bit sore from a few things that he was doing. He felt not too bad on Sunday, but a little bit sore. But we'll see. We'll see how he is. But he sat out today as precautionary as much as anything else. But we'll have a look.
Because it's the last game of the season, does that make you more inclined to take a gamble with him or not?
Taking the gamble would really be with very much with Aidan, if that's the case. If he feels that he's ready to go and start a game, that's something we would look at, obviously. If he feels as if he can participate in some of the match again, because he's been a very important player for us in this qualifying campaign. I'll give him as much time as he needs. But there's no point in going into incredible detail with it. But he is feeling sore at the moment. Again, that's felt all right on Sunday in the match. But I think it's an ongoing problem he's had now for quite some considerable time. Aidan's a very fine player. He's, as I said earlier, he's been terrific for us in the competition. He perhaps in the last game against Poland, I don't think he was very fit, and I think that perhaps showed a little bit. But overall, he's a fine player. He is at his very best. He's capable of unlocking any defence, I think, and he's an important player for us, as is a number of them.
Martin, the atmosphere at the Poland game was particularly good. Would you appeal to the Irish fans going along tomorrow to really make a big effort, because it could make it somewhat of a difference tomorrow?
Well, they responded magnificently, I think, really, to Poland, of course, have a big support anyway, whether it's home or away. And I thought our response was magnificent. So I think that, obviously we want to try and give them something to support on the field, but I think that they'll be up for the game, and I think they'll be genuinely ready for it.
Martin played in managed in massive games. Why does this one matter for you?
I think this is naturally very, very important. It's important for the nation. It's important for the players. It's important for us, us being myself and the backroom staff, love to do well in it. I think that despite the fact it's an international game, of which, in terms of the experience of international football, I might not have a great deal of that, but I've been managing for quite some considerable time, and it doesn't take too long before you come round to real pressure games, and this is a big game for us. But we have players like John beside me here, who have played in umpteen of these matches, and who are, like a number of experienced players that we have, are able to take these things in their stride.
Martin, given Robbie's probably his mental state as much as anything else, also lack of match sharpness, and also given Aidan's injury situation, do you know your team performance?
We'll see. As I said earlier, there we'll give both of them a little bit of time, and we'll see how they are later on today.
John, you're obviously very familiar with Steve Fletcher, but just looking at Scotland in an attacking sense generally, they've certainly improved in the last couple of years. How do you rate that attacking force overall?
Yeah, look, it's not just you don't just look at the attacking players, obviously. You look at the whole package, and it'll be a good test for us, without a doubt. They have some good, not just attacking players, as I said, they've got good players all over the pitch. And that's why we know it'll be a good test, but one we're looking forward to.
So how do you approach the challenge of playing against somebody you train with every day?
Look, obviously there won't be too much laughing and joking just before the game, but afterwards it'll be the same. You shake hands and you get on with things, whatever the result was. But look, you know the player. Obviously, you get on very well with the player, but ultimately you want to beat him. That's it.
John, how does the pressure of this kind of game compare to what you were going through at the end of last season with Sunderland in a relegation battle?
Look, it's totally different. It's one of those things. Because you're playing for your country. It's one of those things you want to get to major tournaments, and we need to get a result tomorrow against Scotland, and that's the next game in the campaign, and it's one we want to win.
Do you feel this one has no margin for error after losing over?
You could easily say that, but there's still games to go in the campaign after this. But we want to win the game tomorrow, and then that'll take care of the rest of the campaign, hopefully. But we don't look too far ahead. It's a massive game against Scotland, and one we're well prepared for, and one we're looking forward to.
Martin, James was playing made a big impact coming off the bench against Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a temptation to leave him on the bench knowing that he can come in to raise the tempo, or has he maybe done enough to lift the tempo?
Well, I know James very well indeed, and he's a great character. He treats training sessions just like football matches themselves. He's as keen as they come, and he made a big impact, as you say, against Poland. In fact, I think he got momentum again just at a stage when perhaps maybe we might have thought about faltering, thought about it. But James was magnificent in that time. Came on, gave us real impetus, and again, I'll have a look and see. I know that I should imagine participation in the game at some stage or another will be in my thoughts for him.
Do you imagine he's in the way he plays football, has he matured, do you think, over the last season or so?
Oh, I think he has. I think he is. I think he's settled down a little bit. You know, he's to use your word, I think he has matured, and it was all very new to him. I think he came into the side. I think he felt at that time that maybe in Poland thought he should be playing. You know, I think he's rethought that since then, and he's absolutely fine.
Martin, in a high-stakes game like this, possibly the derby element you've spoken about, how as a manager and how as a team do you go about striking a balance between playing with heart, playing with fire, but also keeping a cool head
Yeah.
and having composure, and how important is that balance, do you reckon, in tomorrow?
I think you've struck it absolutely. It's exactly that. It is playing with passion and desire, and also trying to play with a cool head as well too. And I think all of those elements constitute the game. All of those elements, I think, are part of the makeup of very, very good players as well too. And yeah, a big game. I just asked that question earlier about maybe in terms of myself, in terms of managing at international level. I just thought I'd maybe remind you, I did play in a quarter-final of a World Cup, you know, so I was just reminding myself really, but just thought I'd let you know about it as well too. 1982, great moments, and yeah, I've got plenty of experience, I think.
And from those big games, is it about not falling into the trap of sort of playing the occasion, of rising to it but not getting...
I never really understand what that means, really, about playing the occasion. I think it is an occasion. I think it's there, and you can't deny that. It is a big occasion. But the point is this here, I think that what you made at the beginning, I think you're right. You have to play with that desire, that the occasion makes it, but you have to be cool under pressure as well to try and eliminate silly mistakes in the game. Really, that's it. No, things that you think maybe 20 minutes later, what was I doing there? What was I thinking about? And I think all of that there should be brought into the calculations over the game. And I think that the less big mistakes you make, and the more composed you feel under this sort of pressure, the better you'll perform.
Martin, given the fact that Scotland won in Glasgow, they made from Dublin looking for a draw and beat withdraw. How much of an impact do you think that will have on the way the game unfolds?
Well, I really don't know that. I don't know the approach of Scotland. I know what our approach is. We're going to try and win the game. That is very important. We have an X number of matches in the group. We're halfway through this now. We have games at home to try and take some advantage of, and that late goal against Poland, funnily enough, has still given us that big lift. Here, I think that we would, for us, not only to close the gap in Scotland, but to actually go in front of them. A win takes care of that, as you say. But in terms of their approach, I don't know if you're. I think that it would be. It's difficult, I think, to set your mindset out for a draw in a game, particularly a match of, as you mentioned, almost of derby proportions. So I don't see it like that. I think Scotland will be attempting to try and win the game, and naturally that's our ambition.
How significant is it to have a number of players available? James McCarthy, how significant is it to have him? You haven't seen an awful lot of him in your 10 years Irish manager, only a couple of games. Could this be his stage to seize a game and kick on tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that I thought his second half performance against Poland was excellent. That should give him a big lift of confidence as well, and he seemed to at least he finished the season with Everton in one piece, which was good news for everyone. He's feeling stronger. Once you feel as if you've overcome like hamstring problems and that, and you're feeling pretty good, and that you can train really on a regular basis, I think that gives you confidence as well to feel as if that you're capable of producing the type of form that we know he possesses.
We go to Paul here. Sorry, just.
Yeah, it's of course. I mean, I think this is not something new to you. I think that's something that James feels he possesses, and it's showing it, and it's showing it on this stage, and that's very important for him, but naturally as a consequence, important for us.
Paul?
He missed the game in Glasgow and sort of all that came with it in terms of being Scottish born. I appreciate this is a home game and a home crowd, but there's a lot of Scots at the game. Is this as big a test of his nerve?
I think you're getting back to the points that we made. I think you have to be able to cope with these things, and that's what makes players. There's players have for one reason or another have been booed by away support for endless number of months and things like this here, and eventually probably they're very, very fine players. It doesn't bother after a while. You just kind of get used to it. But I think James, my own view is I think that he should be able to cope, and I don't see it being a problem to him, and we will have the bulk of the support, so that's important.
Aidan?
John, how
No, it's the same approach. I think you're going back to the manager talking about the elements of the game, the passion and desire, but also that composure to play that final pass. Those little elements are going to be key in the game, because it is a derby game. It is going to be tight, but I think those elements they're going to be crucial, because there'll be chances when we're attacking, and it's that decision you make of, do you take the player on or do you make the pass, and that's where you hope the players get it right, and that's the crucial decisions they get right, and hopefully you score goals from it.
Man at the back here.
How good is this Ireland squad compared to the ones you've been involved in?
Yeah, look, I'm not really the one in for comparisons. This is another campaign I've been involved in. It's got the mixture of everything that other teams and squads have had, that experience in youth and vibrancy as well from younger players as well. And you look at Jeff, Seamus, James McLean, good energy there too, and obviously plenty of experience and lads with plenty of ability to win matches, and hopefully that's the case tomorrow.
David.
What gives you the confidence to lift the players can go and win this game tomorrow?
Well, I think that I look around the squad. I see all the things that John has just mentioned there. Experience, good experience. I mean, really top-class experience. Bit of energy in the side, a bit of ability here and there, which is very, very important, obviously. And something that it is certainly in my time, and a lot longer before that, to be fair, I would never question their spirit. I think that has been epitomised by some late goals in matches. Doesn't necessarily always equate, but I'm just saying that if you are drawing some sort of comparisons with things, then late goals have at least have kept us there, and there is a very strong spirit in the side, and that's I think that's pretty important. Naturally, we were good at some things, not so clever at others, but that can be the same for a few international sides. We've got. I don't think that we will be defeated by another team having more spirit than us. Sorry. It's a start and it's a help, and it can carry you a distance. You need other things, of course, to win big games.
Emmett.
Martin, the Scots caused us a few problems that night in November on a few different ways, particularly with their width. I mean, how much emphasis do you put on countering their strengths that night for this game, and how much do you think they become sidelined to some extent by your different approach here? They need to win, be the home team, that sort of stuff.
Well, I've seen the game back a couple of times. My viewpoint at the end of the match didn't really vary too much, having seen it a couple of times back. I thought there was very little between the sides that particular night. I don't think that they caused us endless problems in the game. We might not have caused them too many either. And but we are at home this time, that we feel as if that we are stronger, and we want to make use of that, stronger in strength in depth, and I'm hoping that just hoping for the probably just the little details, I think, that we can deal with, just little things that being able to defend the set pieces properly, being able to take advantage of a little bit of craft that we have here in the team, and all of those things combined, every single football match, we feel we're capable of winning the game. Let me put it that way. And we have good confidence in the side, and I have good confidence in the team.
Tommy?
Genuinely.
Sorry.
Martin, both you and some of the players we've spoken to this week have talked about making a better start to the game than we did in the first half against Poland. How do you make that happen between now and kick-off tomorrow?
I think, just be slightly less tentative. There's no reason for us to be tentative tomorrow. Absolutely not. No reason. I think that it developed, of course. Again, Poland got a relatively early goal in the match. That takes the wind out of your sails for a little while. It takes you a little time to get back into it. But I'd say from the last 10-12 minutes of the first half, and certainly most of the second half, we were in pretty well control. That doesn't mean being in control that you allow other teams, to that you will stop other sides from coming into the game. Poland have got some very, very fine players. Centre forward's one of the best players playing in world football, and give him a chance, he'll maybe deliver. But we dealt with that. We dealt with that threat pretty well, and we were on the front foot for the last 40 minutes of the game, and deserved the equaliser.
Juliet.
Martin, I was just wondering overall if you get your thoughts on what was striking since the defeat 7 months ago, the job he's done, because the message coming from Scotland this week appears to be that all the pressure is on Ireland.
That's absolutely fine. We're at home. We want to try and win. Scotland have beaten us in November time, and if that's the message they want to send out, I have no problem with it really. I think at the end of the day, I think that you judge how you've done, I suppose, at the end of the campaign.
Brendan.
Martin, given the absentees and the fitness issues that you had in Glasgow, do you think your team is harshly judged after the game?
Do you know, I've got past that stage. I'm not too bothered about it. One, it's in November time. I deal with this here. I've been dealing with it now for about 23 years, 24 years. So I haven't a concern really. At the end, I think that I didn't think there was much between the teams. I think if you saw it back again, I think you would, whether you'd want to come to that conclusion or reluctantly come to it, it'd be the same thing. I don't think that there were, and Scotland at home obviously had the advantage at that stage. I want to try and redress that now. So I think, and as I've said 3 or 4 times, I think we're capable of doing it.